Super, you look like the CEO of Apple or some shit on your profile picture.
Bitch, shut up.
Hi, Eva.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's up, ladies and gents?
What's going on, Eva?
Nothing much. Come, I can't see you guys.
Good to see you again.
Good to see. Hold on, so I'm not gonna be able to see you. Mean I put on a whole eyelash for no reason?
Sure did.
You lying?
This is fake house.
Well, just for posterity purposes, I got on some Fenty lipstick and liner.
What else?
I'm trying to do my thing over here. I knew I was gonna be on here with the queen of baby hair, honey. West Coast holding it
Okay.
down. Listen, the West is in the building, the best is in town, so you know I had to represent.
Ooh,
Meanwhile, I only got on cocoa butter.
Come on, Shea Butter, baby. Come on.
Well, all right, y'all. Let's get this party started. Thank you so much for your time. I got my friends in the building. I got Supa, I got Kway, I got Eva. Supa is the CEO of Crayon Case Cosmetics, and it has been doing so well. She was literally the influencer before influencer, as Kway puts it, because we was on a call earlier. So thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
So congrats on that, Supa. And then
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Quay, he was a comedian and a social media personality, but then transitioned into the food industry. And me and Supa over here trying to order some of his sauce, and they sold out.
He sold out.
I told you I'm gonna ship you a sauce, girl. Both of y'all.
What? I
three
need a
of us.
couple.
All right, I can only give y'all one free. That's just one.
Okay, I'll patronize. I got a lot of kids, so I'm gonna need a few bottles.
Okay. I got you, Eva. I got you.
I respect it. And last but not least, he got Miss Eva in the building. Actress, a fashion model, a TV personality. Y'all may know her from America's Next Top Model. I know I did, because, girl, I was rooting for you.
Thank you.
Yes, girl, you were such a pleasure to watch on the scene. Girl, I almost cut my hair because of you. But
no, not those edges, girl. You gotta keep them. You preserve them baby hairs.
Girl, yes, but I'm so excited to have y'all on the line today. So basically, tonight we are talking about accountability and why no one can seem to take any. So we're going to be talking from everything from finger pointing to self-victimization and having receipts. And the reason why I wanted to do this room is because the bigger my company gets, managing employees is funny, because it's like you're managing your kids. Like you see what's going on and you see who did the problem. However, nobody wants to take accountability and everybody wants to, point their finger. So I just wanted to open up the floor to people who have lives like mine and who run their own company and who deal with a lot of people just like me. So for the first question, Supa, Eva, and Kway, do you think people in this day and age have a hard time taking accountability?
Yes, ma'am. This day, last day, new day. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I definitely think people have a hard time taking accountability.
And they blame everybody else for their problems except for themselves.
Absolutely. I think this Eva here, I think people definitely have an issue taking accountability, but I think that the changing days have created that reality, like cancel culture and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? We used to live in a world where you were allowed to go drink some Hennessy on the red carpet. It might not have been the best look, whatever. No one cares. Tomorrow's a new day and we move on. But nowadays, like, you literally get canceled. Your kids can't go to school no more. They don't want your tuition.
You got to be careful.
It's hard to take accountability when, you will literally not be able to support yourself after the fact.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Damn, that's some real shit.
And you said something that stuck out was cancel culture. Like, that culture is so strong, and they will keep making that person, man or woman, keep reliving that moment through Twitter, Instagram, and it is so sad.
I will say this though, everybody that has witnessed the whole cancel culture has kind of overcome it though. I will say that.
I agree.
Or am I wrong? I just feel like in recent events, everybody that has kind of had that council, quote unquote, thing going on, everybody has kind of overcome it. But yeah, it's one of those things that you have to relive all of the time, which is annoying as hell. But yeah.
But you know what's dope is the only way you get over it is if you do take that accountability. Y'all remember
I
when
agree.
Gucci was under fire after H&M and all the designers like, well, hold on now. You're not just
Uh-huh.
going to have our people out here looking crazy, expecting us to spend our money rocking your clothes. And
Right.
so Gucci did what they should have done a zillion years ago, became accountable for the fact that they were put on the map from Dapper Dan. Let's just keep it greasy. I'm older than a lot of
Yeah.
y'all, but we was wearing Gucci because Dapper Dan said that the shit was hot, period.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
you know, Gucci did their thing. Like, let's be accountable. These are the forefront and the curators of style, of trend. And instead of an arbitrary, I'm sorry, I'm going to let them run the stuff. And that's the biggest way to take accountability, is to make a change, if you ask me.
But a lot of big companies become accountable online just to get liked, like just to get customers again, like just to get
Yeah.
noticed. Like they're
Yep.
not really taking genuine accountability. Like they're just doing it so everybody can be like, okay, well, you know, like y'all was good for that, y'all was big for that, like y'all not racist no more, y'all not this no more, y'all not, you know, like
Exactly.
a lot of times like they take accountability for the wrong reasons and not to really actually take accountability.
I will say, I have a question on the floor just for everybody that's on the line right now. What are your thoughts when people do have to take accountability for their actions? Do you guys feel like it's better to kind of like say hush hush, or do you feel like it's better to approach the situation head on? What are y'all thoughts with that situation?
I think head on is the best way to do it,
I agree.
especially because let's be real. As much as we are, as artists, meticulous and perfectionists and our biggest critics, we love an underdog. So there's nothing like
Yeah.
somebody that done messed around and messed up and then looked up like Bootsy badass. Bootsy can do all wrong he wants to. But he get back up there, you like good old Bootsy, because he's gonna apologize. He takes accountability and you move on, because it's not about being
Exactly.
perfect. It's just about being honest.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I agree.
All right, and then also,
Boosie is like the perfect example.
A perfect
I'm sorry,
example.
Bootsy. I love you, baby.
and then also when it comes to taking accountability, I also take accountability for whoever's in the room. I don't involve other people. I mean, if it happened in front of the world, then okay, then the world gets
Right.
the apology. But whatever happens in that room stays in that room. So I'm always like big on, you know, either taking accountability in private with the person who did something, or even if I did something, because one thing you don't want to do is bring other people into the situation, because that's when all these opinions start flying out of nowhere.
I agree.
I agree. Good point, Suki.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't like when people try to bring everybody into the problem. I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, see, it depends, right? So, like in your 20s, it gets different than when you in your 30s than when you in your 40s. Because when you in your 20s and when you're younger, not saying you can't be super mature, but oftentimes you find yourself trying to find somebody to like be on your side. Like, yo, sis, back me up. But then as you get a little bit older, it's not about having someone back you up, moreover, having like good counsel. Like, was I right? Was I right? Like, tell me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
as you get older, you want someone to like check you and clock you, because then you do better. And if you do better, then everyone's better for it. But it takes a little bit of maturity to get to the place to be open to being corrected, especially when you are so well intended. Because 9 times out of 10, you didn't mean to do no wrong anyway.
Yep.
That was a great point, actually. So for my next question, how do y'all hold yourself accountable in certain situations?
Me personally, like if I'm wrong about something, I have no problem saying it to the person who I'm wrong to, like to the public. I have no problem with saying I'm wrong, but I'm not going to apologize for something I don't feel like I'm wrong for. The whole world can feel like I'm wrong, but if I don't feel like I'm not wrong, then you just not gonna get no fake apology from me. You know, so I have to be genuinely sorry, or like genuinely feel like I did something wrong to get on a large platform and say, you know what, I was wrong. You know,
Gotta approach it. Yep.
yeah, like
I agree.
they're sorry for, like, they be lying. Like, they don't really feel like they're sorry. Like, you can't be sorry if you turn around and do the same thing again. Like, that's not being sorry. Like, that's just you trying to get, people to applaud you because you say you're sorry. So I have to really, like, really be, wrong for me to, like, hold myself accountable.
Have you had to do that, Supa, on social media on your platform?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Probably a few times, but it's other few times people say, "Oh, you wrong and you should apologize." No, I'm not. I'm not.
Right.
If the person was bigger than me, smaller than me, if I'm not sorry, I'm not sorry. But if I do feel like I probably went too far or I said too much or this and all that, yeah, I apologize. But social media just feel like anything you do, like you can't be yourself no more. Like,
You
you
can't
can't,
be yourself no more. You can't.
No,
play like
you
Vine.
really
On Vine, we used to say all type of shit. We used to talk about all type of stuff. Nobody was that sensitive as they. Everybody is so sensitive.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
like watch what we say. We gotta watch how we say it. We gotta watch when we say it. Like you just can't be yourself how we used to be on Vine and stuff. Like things just change. So
But that's what's
100%.
so
Even
dope about this kind of a form where it kind of gives us an opportunity to reconnect with people that are in the same space that we might not talk to every day, because we are entertainers and we do have brands and we do have to watch
right,
what we say. However, our brands only exist because we are authentic and we real. So like,
exactly,
it's
exactly.
trying to find that happy medium where you can still keep it greasy and be yourself, and people, because as much as people think the audience is stupid, the audience ain't dumb. They see everything.
right,
Sits in the back, they see the way they put they drink together, the straw in the cup. Like, people
Oh yeah,
see
they paying
everything.
attention.
They pay
sure
attention
is.
to absolutely everything. So it just makes it a little bit more difficult as an artist, as you maneuver, trying to be authentic, but also and nonchalant, not from a I don't care standpoint, from just like, I'm doing me. But then there's that business hat where,
Right,
like Beyonce, you can't just do you doing
You
us,
can't
you
just do,
doing
yeah.
everybody.
Exactly.
exactly. I agree.
Exactly. I would say even when it comes to like the type of character that I have, everybody on this call know how vulgar TT can be. And I've had to like really tone my character down just because I don't want to offend or, step on
Oh
nobody's
yeah, I know.
toes. So I've had to like tone shit down like recently in the recent events because the council, like you said, Super, the council culture is like
Oh my
they
God.
really out here. Yeah. So
Yes, they are.
But even with that though, bro, I'm gonna tell you, because I came on the scene before reality show was realities, and I was ratchet
true.
before ratchet was ratchet.
Right, right.
And the truth is do you, not in a way that offends others. And I think that's the true accountability and the self-inventory where you like, all right, does what I do hurt others? And if it doesn't, don't be oppressed by what people's norms are and what they comfortable with. So what? Click
Right,
another channel, watch another program, listen to another record, but don't like quiet yourself or censor yourself because the world can't handle your truth. The world gonna have to figure it out.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay.
All right, y'all.
Ooh,
Everybody, y'all
but
that's
I'm
listening, y'all
really
got to
sure
figure
by
shit
that
out because I'm
self
about
book.
to get back to my old shit.
Get back to
Back
your
to story
house
time
shit,
for me.
boo.
I support it.
Exactly, Super.
Oh, even you might have to write a little give you the game type book. I like that. Self help.
Listen. I'm just a hood chick. I'm from South Central LA, and I learned from the streets, but I was also taught book smarts, and I was groomed by the hoodest, prettiest chick ever, Tyra Banks. So it's so many
Wonderful.
nuances to this. And I think the dopest part is that was what Saweetie gets now is the business. Like, it's so
Yeah,
much money to be made and knowledge to be transferred. And once we realize that we really got the keys and we really got the power and the access, man,
I
the
agree.
way that we light up a city will change, because you'll see
Yeah,
us. It's we
yeah,
the ones, we the culture.
yep.
Oh, oh, girl, I thought that's
I
right.
was listen. I was waiting for you to say it, so I know that's right. I'm waiting for you to say it.
Girl, I mean, I'm just soaking in. I'm just like a sponge right now. I'm just so appreciative. I'm loving everything that all y'all are saying, actually. For my next
Yeah.
question, I know what my answer is. So do you guys like just going back to I forgot which one of y'all said it. Ooh, I think was it Eva. It was Eva. It was Eva. You know, just like the older you get, 20s, 30s, 40s, you know, sometimes you will bring someone in to you know, check you and make sure that if you're wrong or right. So my question is, do you guys have an accountability partner, and why is having one so important? So my accountability partner is my grandma. I know she always gonna give it to me raw, and she gonna tell me if I'm wrong. And I think it's important because I gotta know when I'm wrong, but I also gotta know when I'm right, so that I'm not
Right.
apologizing for no reason, like what Supa Cent said.
That's a good point. For me, I do have an accountability partner. I would say one of my really really good friends, my social media coworker, B Simone, is someone that I talk with almost daily, and we usually will have these little feedback sessions where we share our wins and talk about our current challenges. You know,
Wow.
we actually have a mutual agreement where we coach each other, and I love it because we help each other come up with clear plans. So
That's
we'll do
beautiful.
these things where we will tap in with each other to make sure we are both meeting our own expectations, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Mine is
I want to be in y'all group.
for
I'll add you to the group chat, friend.
Yeah.
No,
mine
it's
is my
cool because we're in the same industry and we relate to each other. So it's
Wow.
just really cool. I can just tap in with her and we can, just kind of give each other feedback on each other's challenges and wins and all that stuff. So
Corey,
I love it.
I love how you took it deeper than the question. I really, really, really do love that because I think it's important for us to have a friend to keep us not only in check for when we're wrong, but keep us in check for, you know, the plans, the goals,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, just your day-to-day grind. So I really love that, and that's beautiful. And I know B Simone, so shout out to her.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie.
Mine
Wow.
is definitely my best friend. She's also an entrepreneur too. She owns a skincare line called Coda Skin, and she is far more firmer than me. Like I'm not as firm as her. I'm kind of more like emotional, and if I feel played, like I just want to speak it. And she's more of like, nah, don't do that, don't say that, nah, don't do
Yep.
this, don't post this, don't that,
Yep.
don't that. Like you got to think about your business, you got to think about your image and all that. Like she's more that person for me. Like I've already done it, and she'll be the one to tell me delete it, take it down. No, don't do that. You
Yep.
know,
You
like
need that person
You
in your
do.
right,
corner.
cause I really kind of move off emotions, and like if something is troubling me on social media, I try my best not to speak on it. But you know, your followers gonna keep talking about it, gonna keep telling you, gonna send it to you. It just be too much. So my friend is the one who I'll call and talks about it, and she'll be the one, like even when it comes to business, like she'll be the one to tell me like what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we all need
I
one of
love
those.
that, Super.
Yeah, most
Me
So
too.
definitely.
for me, it has to be my cousin Terrell Mullen. He's like super duper old head in the game. Been doing hair and makeup since Shar Jackson and Moesha done did everybody from Iman and up the board. But he's one of those that like he's my biggest critic, but he's my biggest champion. So he gonna tell
Right.
me when I'm wrong, but he also gonna give me my flowers while I'm here. And he never,
Mm.
ever, ever lets me stop dreaming. Like, I don't care how old I get, kids, husband, life, like, he gonna make sure that I'm always pushing the envelope. I'm always dare to dream and be me. But he had cancer from South Central, so he keep
Oh,
it
I'm a Cancer too.
too, like,
Ah!
and I'm a Scorpio, so you
I
know
know that's
I need it nice and just give it to me real. And he's that one that's just gonna give you what you need in life, not what you always want, but what you need. And he's my blood, and he happens to be my best friend, but he
I love
keeps
that.
me
That's what's up.
together. Like, do I wear a red lip to this red carpet or no? He's like, nah, it's gonna drown out the eye. Don't do it. And baby, he gets it right every time, from something that simple to like true matters of the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, Eva, go ahead, add me to that group chat too.
Yeah, baby, he gonna keep
With
that
you and your
mouth
cousin.
together. Listen,
Man, y'all got some great answers. I'm really loving this chat, like for real. And for anybody who's tuning in, we got Super, we got Quay, we got Eva in the building, and we are talking about accountability. For my next
Yes.
question, oh, this one's kind of hard. Okay, so do you think it's harder to hold your friends and loved ones more accountable for their actions?
Nope.
That's
Nope.
a good
Nope. Nope.
question.
Nope. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. Like, especially if you got something with them, like some type of business or some type of like anything, like an agreement. Like, they have to know they wrong too. Like, shit, they gonna tell me I'm wrong. So, like, especially a loved one, nigga, you is wrong. That's not right. Like, you gotta get it together. You know, this is not gonna work. You know, like you like. I think if you think about it, we're more strict on our loved ones and our family members than people that work for us and stuff. Like, we're way more strict on. We're way more harder on them than people that actually work for us. So that's crazy. I don't know. I don't know why that's it, but for me it is. I don't know if it's for y'all, but I know I'm harder on my people that surround me every day more than I am on my employees.
I think for somebody that's close to you, yeah, but for 100% Soup, I agree with you. For somebody that's like close with you, but let's say if it's just like a new friend or something like that, I would say for me, just being transparent, sometimes it can be awkward and uncomfortable because it requires you to have those difficult conversations. You know what I mean? Difficult conversations in which sometimes for me it can get a little tricky because I am sometimes a little nice, a little too nice. I
Me
have a lot
too.
of empathy for people,
Me too.
and depending on what the situation is.
But you want me
So
folks.
sometimes for me, I find myself, and that's the thing, sometimes it backfires on me because being so
Yep.
nice and not holding people accountable will tend to have people just not respect you, and which will
And
cause
usually,
conflict in relationships and friendships and relationships, all that shit. So I agree, but at the same time, it's like it's kind of hard for me sometimes, and it's something that I'm getting better at approaching. Like, hey, you were wrong for this, or you could have did this better, or you need to be held accountable for this. You know, so
right.
that's with somebody that works for you. That's with a relationship. That's with a friendship. But that's something that I'm also working on with
Um,
myself. You know, just kind of approaching shit head on when I
Most
feel
definitely.
away. Yeah.
right.
Most
You
definitely.
know, I feel like there's so many problems and issues that arise on a day-to-day basis that if we spend our time and energy trying to tackle all of them, especially the shit that ain't our fault, we would be fighting all day, every
Chaos.
day.
Yeah,
So there
I
gets a
agree.
point where that old country song, like, you got to know when to hold them, you got to know when to fold them, you got to know when to walk away and when to run. You know,
yeah,
it's one of those where, like, every battle isn't to be fought, honestly. Some of
yeah.
it you just gotta let it go. Now, I'm a lot like you, Quay. I'm an empath. I'm a sunflower. I like to meet people where they are, not where I perceive they should be. So I give a lot of grace, but I
Yep.
give grace because I want grace. Like,
Right.
I ain't perfect by any means, and I would like to have some grace and some mercy for the little step that I'm on. And so I try to afford people in my older years now, you know, a little bit more grace, because we're so quick to go back to that cancel culture, cut people off, or
Yeah,
string
yeah,
somebody up on a cross for some shit they did 5 years ago. You like,
I
that
agree.
was a moment. Like, people can
yeah,
have a moment, and it's not always about being accountable as much as it is being human. And
Ooh.
like,
Oh,
I
see,
All
we're gonna
right,
definitely
look.
agree.
never mind, Super. I want to be added to her group chat.
no, we
I
gonna we gonna
did
be
it.
on every. I'm old, so that's the difference. I'm old, but I need what y'all giving, because that helps keeps me, you know, abreast of what's going on, and keep me
Yeah,
cool and keep my edges laid and shit. I need to know what
no,
y'all
for
I
sure.
know
got.
that's right, girl.
I was waiting on it.
Teach auntie, I be auntie.
I love that, Eva. I love that.
We all need an auntie.
Listen, a cute one too.
You know, you hella fine, hella fine. All right, so for my last question, because I'm gonna respect y'all time, and we out at 5:30. What is the hardest thing you've ever had to hold yourself accountable for?
Ooh, I'm gonna go last.
Damn, that's a little. I'm gonna mute my
Last.
phone. Hold on.
Okay, I'll go first. The
Ooh.
hardest thing I ever had to hold myself accountable for. So, my daughter is amazing. She's my rainbow baby. I was pregnant and miscarried and intentionally had her. However, her donor is not necessarily the pick of the litter, so to say. And I found myself ashamed a lot of times, just like talking about it, dealing with it, touching on it, any of that. And I had to get over it. I had to get over myself. I had to get over the guilt. And I had to hold myself accountable for the things that I did correctly. Because a lot of times we think holding ourselves accountable is about bashing ourselves and criticizing ourselves for the things we didn't do. But instead, I use that time to hold myself accountable for the things that I did do and where I was able to get out of and where I was able to take myself to. So for me, my biggest thing that I've ever overcame, that accountability was through and through the thread line, and necessary for me was, you know, finding a better space in life for my daughter and I did it. And my day to day is completely different than it was when I left when she was 2 months. Like she's almost 8 now. Her life is completely different, but holding my foot to that fire and doing the hard things that I had to do, you know, gave her the life that she truly deserved.
That's beautiful.
I think I had to hold myself accountable for enabling somebody and crippling somebody. Like I can't be upset with somebody if they're not able to help me when it comes to someone we created. If I crippled them, you know, if I it's my fault that I made someone feel comfortable. I made someone not, you know, like not wanting to get up and do things that I'm doing or do better. I think all that's my fault, and I had to really sit down and be like, I can't be upset if this person's not able to go half of me on this or help me with this, help me with that, because it's all my fault. Like I crippled this person. I made this person feel like they don't have to do this, they don't have to do that. And not just that person, but also some people that be around me as well. Like when you do so much for some people, they feel like they don't have to do nothing else because they can always come to you. They can always count on you. They can always ask you, you know, and once you keep giving and giving and giving, you are crippling them. Like they will never stand on their own because they can just stand on you, you know. So I just had to hold myself accountable for that probably a few times. But I think this last time was me having a big moment just to hold myself accountable for those actions I gave.
I love that, Supa. For me, I'll keep mine short and sweet. I just separated business from business relationship, and it was one of those things where I had to take a step back, and I had to look at the things that I could have, you know, done better in this scenario, and I kind of stepped into realization that it was the best that I left that situation, but leaving that situation, I know what not to do because of the things that I'm holding myself accountable for from that situation, if that makes sense. Yeah.
And glad you did.
Moving forward in my life, yeah. And glad.
And glad.
Well, y'all, I want to really thank y'all. Y'all all dropped so many gems, Supa, Kway, and Supa. Like, it was just such a pleasure to talk to y'all. I have to say, this is one of my most favorite rooms. Y'all are so funny, so lovable, and full of just wisdom. So thank you for sharing that with our audience tonight. And one thing y'all all have in common is being self-made. So congratulations to that. And
Can I say something real quick, y'all? Not trying to be off topic or anything like this. I was gonna do this on our little quick call that we had before this, but Saweetie, first of all, the opportunity, appreciate you. But I will say this: I gotta give you your flowers in front of everybody.
Baby,
I was gonna do a little test call in front of
them.
everybody. I was gonna do a little test call, but literally, when I tell you, girl, you are one of the biggest trendsetters on social media right now.
Yes.
You're just so consistent with your content, and you just give boss bitch vibes, and we all love that. We all love that.
Oh my!
But let me add to that,
Kway,
because it's not just boss vibes, baby. You get it. You getting them contracts. You get into the bag. Baby.
Okay,
yes,
literally more than any. Like
the girls
like,
are pretty.
Back to back.
All the girls are pretty, but baby, you get it. And
Okay.
kudos, sis.
Dog, I'll be remiss if I got off the call and not gave you your flowers. Like roses, daisies, all that shit. Blue bonnets, all that shit.
You hear me? But you got bitches going to McDonald's and stuff, girl.
Sold out and shit. Damn.
Girl.
Oh my God, y'all just gave me chills. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Y'all gonna make me like get a tear.
No,
So
dead
thank you.
ass. McDonald's was sold
Thank
out,
you.
so I had to go to Jack in the Box. So you know.
You stupid.
They even had a ranch
Goodness.
the ranch crockies. I was so upset.
You stupid.
Thank you
So
for
much.
having us, sweetie.
I appreciate those kind words. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful night, and I hope I see y'all in person soon.
You will.
Thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
you will.
All
You
right.
will.
Good night.
Good night.
And
All
let's
right,
get a
y'all.
little
Good
chat
night.
together.
Yes, let's do that.
Don't worry, I'm gonna hit you up in your DM.
All
Bye.
right.
All right,
Bye.
y'all. Bye bye.
Bye, y'all.